Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. It's your boy Jose from Big Meat Sports. How are you guys doing on this lovely, lovely Monday? It's a victory Monday because you know why? The Miami Heat are one game away, one win away from the NBA Finals. Oh my goodness, what a game 3 was. And let me just talk about this Miami Heat team. Again, I said it before, and I think the Heat team was playing us for fools during the regular season on how they competed. It was a very up and down year, but somehow, some way, when the playoffs started, the Miami Heat are just playing out of their minds, taking out a Giannis, taking out, a Nick team, which we last time we were on here, we're already beating the Knicks, and the Knicks old faithful got their hopes up thinking that they're gonna beat us, and they're enjoying their rat water in New York while watching us in the Eastern Conference Finals. And for this team to do what they're doing to the Boston Celtics. Now, this is something I am telling you, I did not see. Um, and you can tell by the confidence in these guys that we're doing what we're doing. Like you see Gabe Vincent shooting with conviction and that not even thinking about it. And I told people at work and I told some people eating at La Familia, which is one best Italian restaurant in Miramar. Okay, La Familia, Miramar and Red Road. Just letting you guys know right now, pizza's fire, garlic rolls fire. But I told the waiter, I was like, "Hey, look, I'm telling you right now, since Vincent made that, not go ahead, but that shot in game 2 to keep him ahead, I was like, game 3, game Vincent is gonna go off." And guess what happened? He scored 29 points. I'm telling you, these Miami Heat, they're unstoppable right now. In the Eastern Conference, as if we can put it that way. But can we get away from the undrafted story? I mean, if I had to chug a beer for every time Reggie Miller says undrafted player, I might be piss fucking drunk. Sorry my language, but piss freaking drunk. He uses that almost every single segment of his, every time. You guys got to give these guys credit. They've been in the league for some 3, 4 years already. Stop with the undrafted story already and say ball player. Let's give these guys credit. I mean, I'm telling you, Reggie Miller is just going crazy. It's every 2 minutes he's talking about undrafted, undrafted, undrafted. But I'm telling you, this Heat playing, and look, this Heat team is playing with so much confidence, and I think they're playing with just as much confidence as the 2012 and 2013 Miami Heat teams that won it all, the finals. They're playing with like that mentality that nobody can beat them. And I love it because you can see Struess having, you know, just throwing it up, making baskets. Gabe Vincent, pressing people 90 feet from the basket and still scoring. Duncan Robinson that has, sat most of the season, fell out of the rotation, and he's making threes. Caleb Martin, which is, oh my God, PJ Tucker, thank God you left because I think that was a missing link. Caleb Martin, somebody that was athletic, that could play defense, and that was just not standing in the corner. Caleb Martin is, I mean, the unsung hero of this team, stepping up out, stepping up out of nowhere. Uh, we gotta do a shout out, J Cole. Thank you for helping us with Caleb Martin. I do gotta say, um, but I look. Has look. This team has exceeded every expectation. And the funny thing was that Boston thought that they're superior team, which on paper they are. But you come in and you're talking trash, and the worst person to talk trash to is Jimmy freaking Buckets, Jimmy Butler. And I love this. And I'm going to show you a segment right now, video. And I love this video because this is why you don't talk trash. Because if you can't back it up, so let me show you this little Jimmy Butler.
South Beach. Remember this in game one. Al Horford knocks down the three, goes down to one knee with the timeout sign. Gabe Vincent knocking down his third three here. Jimmy Butler moonwalks back to half court.
Moonwalks. Oh. Bam, in your face. Bam, in your bro. Hey, I don't know what. And there's another camera angle where it shows how pissed off Horford was, and and looked at Jimmy Butler. Look, Al Horford was doing his best impression to fire up his troops, to do anything he can to make sure that Boston came back in that. He was being more of the coach than Mazzulla was being the coach. I mean, look, and Coach Spo has outcoached his coaching staff from Boston Celtics. Um, he's getting like Coach Spo is like, you got to put him in the rank of top coaches in the NBA and probably ever if you want to go that route. But you have to put him in that conversation. I mean, he's getting Bud fired from Milwaukee. Knicks wanted to trade Julius Randle, and now the Celtics. He has the Celtics coaching staff, fans, front office questioning if Tatum and Brown can work together and win a championship. That is what Coach Spo has done. The adjustments you can see the in-game adjustments at halftime in both game one and game two. I just think that game three was just a blowout and they just had everything rolling. Um, but man, it's looking really, really good for the Miami Heat. And they were winning that game by so much that they put in their bench players. Nikola Jokic for our rookie went in and played. I believe he played like 4 minutes. He has more field goals than Tatum has in the fourth quarter in the series. That is crazy. That's a crazy. Like, Jason Tatum got most of his points at the free throw line, but doesn't have a field goal in the fourth quarter in this series. I mean, and then for Marcus Smart to trash talk last game and say, "Oh, we beat you guys last year. We got them fighting each other. We got them. We have we literally the Miami Heat has taken the Boston Celtics soul. It's like that Mortal Kombat, video game where you have them, you took their soul, and it's like finish them. That's what the Miami Heat have done to the Boston Celtics. They're about to finish them next game. I and look, and people say the little stat 0 to 141 when you're up 3 games to none, so on and so forth. Somebody's bound to write history. I know I truly believe I don't believe it's the Celtics. Now, the Lakers maybe because with the Lakers games, at least they've been close. But this last game, the Miami and Boston, you can see there was some snatching in that game because he gave up on the fourth quarter. Mazzulla just gave up. He didn't even I can see that you're not playing your starters in the fourth quarter of a regular season game because you want to save their legs. But in the postseason, man, I don't get that one. I do not get that one. And yes, I get it. The game was out of hand, but have some pride, have some dignity, make the game somewhat close. But you can see, I'm telling you, this Heat team, they have that spark of the 2012, 2013 with the LeBron, Chris Bosh, Dwayne Wade. They have that, mentality about them this year. And this in this playoff run. Let me just be clear. In this playoff run, like everybody is making shots on this team. It's just not one person. It's like we know Bam is gonna do it. We know Bam's gonna come play. We know Jimmy Butler's gonna come play. It's who's the third one this time? And the third one this time was Gabe Vincent. And it's actually the top three scorers was what is it? Gabe, Martin, and Robinson. Jimmy Butler was a fourth scorer with 16 points. But our big dogs, Jimmy and Bam, set the tone. And oh my God, Jalen Brown. Oh, yo, Bam put you in a spin cycle on that dunk. I you kind of after that dunk and Bam was just flying all over. He was putting on posters on everybody. Bam probably had like a good 4 posters game 3. And Jalen, you knew that the Boston Celtics were over after that dunk, after that spin cycle that Bam put Jalen Brown in. I'm telling you, it's something exciting to see. Um, Now when we go to the next round, NBA Finals, and possibly we're most likely going to see Denver if the no miracle comeback. This is going to be interesting, and I say to the fact because I feel like it's a revenge playoffs. The Miami Heat have beaten the Milwaukee Bucks that have knocked them out in previous years. They've beaten the Knicks, which is an old rivalry. Um, they're beating Boston, which eliminated them last year. And then if it comes to the finals and us in Denver, I do think the storyline will be Jimmy Butler revenging Morris's push. Jokic pushing Morris in the back. I think that's going to be the storyline. And there's some bad blood. And it's going to be an interesting series because, and I don't want to get too far ahead, but it's going to, putting Jokic and the Joker in the pick and roll. He usually sags off. That's going to create a lot of open jump shots for us. I think that the Lakers have just been off from, 3-point land and their jump shots. That's why I think their series is at 3-0 also, and their series should be starting as we speak. So some of you guys that are online right now probably watching either watching me and watching the Lakers at the same time. But it's going to be interesting. I do feel that it's going to be a 7-game series if it's the Heat and Denver. But yeah, bro, I just want to come on here because Heat Nation, I love you guys. And it's this whole year has been up and down, but it's great to see Heat Nation out in full effect and representing. And hey, look, and you guys, a lot of people didn't talk about this yesterday, but the crowd yesterday, one, they're on time. That I saw the start of the game. I was like, oh, there's not that many empty seats in the beginning. But one, they're on time, and then two, how loud they were and representing our team. Hey, loving it, loving it. Okay, I think this. I'm so happy because of the being a Cowboy fan and the big disappointments in the playoffs and stuff like that, and having the Miami Heat just help me out and coping and lifting me up, which, as a Cowboy fan, look, we're looking good this year, right? There you can see our Cowboys right here. So I think, might do some damage, but I always say that. Okay. Hopefully we can. And hopefully the Heat will do that for me. I mean, the Cowboys will do that for me. And sometime as an adult, I can celebrate them winning a Super Bowl. Because when I celebrated winning a Super Bowl, I was a young little buck. I just want to celebrate them as an adult. But going back to the Heat, hey, look, Heat Nation, I am ready for these NBA finals. I am ready to win this whole thing. Let's go Heat. I am ready to go on 49th Street with my pots and pans and celebrate with all my Heat fans. Um, hey, that's all I had for the podcast today. I just wanted to talk crap today. Love you guys. Please don't forget to subscribe to all major platforms: YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, all Spotify, Google Podcasts, um, Apple Podcasts, everywhere. We're on everything. Check us out. Don't Hey, when we're on these lives, you guys can leave some comments. I can see the comments and I'll reply to you guys. But again, thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll check you on the next episode.